I mean, and this is. I feel like, because I know myself as a high school student going into college, you seem like you were so on top of this.
Yeah.
I just want to know real quick before we jump into your life in Cornell. How was your situation at home? Was your parents guiding you through this? Was guidance counselors at school? Because even though I was here, I had older siblings that grew up in America that went through the process. I was in the same high school you had, the guidance counselors that helped me throughout the way. But you seem like you were so on top of everything.
Right.
How did you navigate your way through the college application process, especially knowing you only been here for a year and a half?
Yeah. So I mean, home, I mean, I gotta say kudos to my parents. Like, they really were supportive.
Yes.
I mean, if some days they couldn't work and had to come with me to college fairs downtown, like, my dad drove so many miles to get me to all these schools, to visit different college campuses. I mean, he drove me all the way to Cornell and back. That's 300 miles one way, and then 300 back in the same day.
Papa Patricia, good for you.
He did a great job, and my mom was always checking in on all of that. But I mean, also, like, Newton North, really, their resources, exceptional. The year that, actually, now this is the point where we'll talk about how I met you, sort of.
Yes.
So this program, so me and the principal at the time, who was Jennifer Price, who happens to be a mentor.
We're going to talk about that.
We're going to talk about her in a second. So she wanted to start a program for a very long time, a program for first-generation students. And for people who don't know what first-generation students are, these are students who are the first in their family to go to school in the U.S. And that year, I was a first-generation student. And so she had wanted to start this program for a very long time to bring people from our community of Newton.
Yes.
Community of Newton is very well educated, very wealthy. A lot of kids, it's almost expected to go to college.
Exactly.
So a lot of people have gone through the process either as parents or themselves or as grandparents or guardians of any sort. So that year that I was supposed to apply for the program, because I finished a little bit early, I was able to work with her and kind of get this program going, where we looked for a couple of mentors in the community, and we would find a group of first-generation kids in my year and pair them with mentors.
Yes.
And those people would help them go through the college process. And at the end of that all, the one kind of thing that we hadn't thought about, but thank God we did, was for kids who knew where they were going, if we could find a mentor in that profession that could help them through the process, would have been great.
Yes.
And so I was in the first cohort of the program that now they call Transitioning Together at North High School. And the first time we had a meeting, this guy over here came to talk about his process and his college application process. And that's how I met him and found out about all these amazing things that he's doing. And so, because I was in that program, I got an amazing mentor, Stephanie Gilman. She's an architect by profession, but she had sent a son to college before me.
Okay.
And had been through the process and knew all these things about how to apply to different architectural programs, how to get funded for all these things. So while my mom and my dad were supporting me at home, I had her to support me in the school environment. And also, I think my parents didn't want to be too much in my face in the process. So she was a very good person to talk to. And now, I mean, she's practically part of our family now.
That's awesome.
Great relationship with her. So she also, kudos to her, she gave me a great support system too.
I love that. And I think especially for those out there, so Patricia, I think I don't want to say you're the outlier, but I think you're definitely the minority, because a lot of students don't know what they want to do. They don't have the exact idea of what they're going to be. But a huge part is just the resources that are around you and using what you have to allow you to get to where you hopefully want to get to.